So, JR, put your thinking cap on here for quarterbacks. Who are the top three producers of quarterback draft picks over the last 10 NFL drafts in the Big Ten?
Are we counting first round picks into this as well,
Yeah.
or just straight drafted quarterbacks?
This is only total drafted quarterbacks, but the information I'll share in a table in a second here, you're going to see how many first rounders per team as well. But this is keeping total across all 7 rounds, how many draft picks over the last 10 drafts,
Okay.
who's ranked first, second, third, and there might be ties here, right? There might be some
Right.
ties, but who are the top 3?
Okay. Well, if you're in the chat, you please put your answer if you have a 1, 2, or 3 answer as well. I would say number 1 is Ohio State, Ryan Day here recently. Number 2, I would go with USC, and then number 3, just kind of a shot in the dark here. I mean, Penn State's has some good quarterbacks, but I don't think they've been drafted quite like some others. I'm gonna go with Oregon, number 3.
Okay. That's very good. So why don't we go ahead
Well, we
and
got
bring
Philip
up,
here saying Ohio State and Penn State for sure. So
yeah.
he's not with me on Penn State. He says Penn State's up there.
So
So
before we show the
uh,
table, I'll just tell you Ohio State is number 1. They've had 4 picks
okay.
over the last 10 years. 3 of them have been first rounders, by the way. So they're number 1. There's 4 teams tied for second with 3 picks. One of those is Penn State that you guessed, right? You guessed Penn State.
I said maybe Penn State. I
Oh,
said Ohio
okay.
State, USC, Oregon.
Okay. USC and Oregon are the other 2.
Okay.
Someone asking Michigan. Michigan is not. And
Yeah,
there's a
they asked
fifth.
Michigan.
There's a 5th team that has 3 picks over the last 10 years.
Okay, so far we've said Ohio State, Oregon, USC, Penn State. So there's a 5th team. Would that team be Purdue? No. Jeff Brom's not been there.
Definitely
Nope.
not. Purdue's had 1.
Okay. I was gonna say, did Jeff Brom do some QB magic that I'm forgetting? Sky Upod says Washington. That's a good guess. Washington?
That is a good guess. They've had 2, so
Oh,
it's
okay,
not
very close.
just outside.
John's listing them off the nose now, not Wisconsin.
Wisconsin is
Uh,
among your 0 group. So there's 5 teams with 0. It will
okay.
start. Yep.
All right. Let me do one last guess here, and then we'll move. We'll see if we have the answer. Um, Ma- Maryland? No, not Maryland. Don't scratch that. Not Maryland. Would it be? It wouldn't be Illinois. I don't know. Just give it to me. I'll say Maryland.
UCLA with 3.
Oh, I should. Yeah, I should have thought of that. Okay.
UCLA. Let's see. This is fun here. I have Josh Rosen, Dorian Thompson,
Robinson.
Robinson, and Brett Huntley. So those are the 3. So that here they are, folks. So like we said, Ohio State number 1. Now this really surprised me. My last column for all these is going to be where if any of these teams for the Big Ten made it into the top 25 nationally. I listed Ohio State was number 1. Like
Oh wow.
number 1 across the nation. That just surprised me. And
Who was
then
their pick that wasn't first round? Because they had Dwayne Haskins, C.J. Stroud, Justin Fields,
Cardale Jones, I believe, got
Cardell Jones. That's right.
selected. Let me see. Was he within? Yeah. So he was 2016. Cardale went in the 4th round
That's right.
back in 2016.
All right.
So, there's, let's see, 12. So you could see there that Penn State, Oregon, USC, and UCLA, they're tied for second. And there's 12 teams nationally that had 3 quarterbacks taken. So there's 12 nationally tied for second, right? So there's a bunch of them there kind of tied together. The other thing to note, folks, is the former Pac-12 schools are going to be in the darker blue rows. And really, I was telling JR this, and we covered this 2 weeks ago. We added a lot of quality teams that produced talent very well in those 4 schools. They were the best producer of talent across the Pac-12, and across most of these position groups, they fare pretty well overall.
Who were Northwesterns in the past 10 years?
Northwestern, would they have
They had two.
two? Let's go to Northwestern. Trevor Simeon, 2015. So that was a
Yeah.
while ago. And Clayton Thorson. So fifth rounder, 2019. So yeah, they squeezed a couple in there. I mean, as we know, if you have zeros, that doesn't bode very well. Wisconsin, you'll see in other position groups they have some strength there, so that's why they've done well. But Rutgers, Maryland, Illinois, until recently, Illinois has been really bad the last 10 years. It's just the last 3 years under Bielema they've been good.
Yeah, they had Lovie Smith. So
yeah. So, so an important position group for sure, but I surprised that just Ohio State was number one. So Big Ten finished here a little bit better than I thought. Yeah, and this is a good point. This is where they finished, right? So if a quarterback played 1 year at whatever school, and then that's where they got drafted, that's where they end up here.
Yeah. Who was the one Indiana?
The one Indiana was is it Sudfeld from years ago?
Sudfeld, yes.
Let's see.
Sudfeld.
Yeah, Nate Sudfeld, 6th round pick, and he ended up in the NFL. Is he still in the NFL? I mean, he's made a living off of.
He was a backup with the Eagles, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's probably bounced around. I'm actually pretty sure, JR, he's still in the NFL. And think about that. That's been almost 10 years now. So think about how much money he's made. Not huge dollars, but, his kids are going to private school, I'm sure.
He is not in the NFL.
Okay. I think it might be recent, though.
Right now.
It feels like it, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. I'll look up his career really fast. All right. Is there anything else you want to get to on quarterbacks?
No, I think that's good.